Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Chicago? The Bears. Are you ready to paint this city green and gold or red and white? Because I am. We're coming to the most electrifying, heart-pounding, spine-tingling sports night in the Windy City. Tracks on Super Bowl 59, live from Bridges Scoreboard, your Chicago sports headquarters. We've got the Hall of Fame menu here, and let me tell you, the drinks are colder than a January night on Lake Michigan. I'm your host, the one, the only, Brandon Trax Hiatt, and I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, James Paul.
Yeah, I got a couple of flaws
Hey,
there.
James Paul, my heart's racing just thinking about it. We're diving into Super Bowl 59, where the Philadelphia Eagles, with the relentless drive, face off against the Kansas City Chiefs, the masters of the comeback. This isn't just a game, it's a battle for the ages, and we're here to break it all down. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the showdown. Picture this: Andy Reid, the architect of the Chiefs dynasty, a man who once wore the green of Philadelphia, and he got kicked out of there, now plotting to dismantle his former team. It's personal, it's intense, and it's going to be the one hell of a chess match against Nick Sirianni. James, can you feel the tension, buddy?
Oh yeah, I can feel it, Trax. It's a big game today.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's palpable. It's a lot of pressure. I mean, this is basically right now. It's a revenge match from 2 years ago. You remember that game?
Oh, I remember it. It came down to a 3-point field goal game. So I think Philadelphia is going to look to get some revenge on that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in terms of that, man, I can really feel it. This game is storylines that could fill novels. Then you've got the quarterback duel that's going to have everyone glued to their seats. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-time world champ, the magician with the football, versus Jalen Hurts, the underdog with something to prove. Both of these guys can make you question everything you know about quarterback play with their mobility and precision. But here's where it gets spicy. Mahomes is the playoff turning into Superman. His stats are otherworldly. We're talking about 17 wins in 20 playoff games with a touchdown to interception ratio that's ridiculous. And let's not overlook the ground game. Saquon Barkley, with his birthday luck on Super Bowl Sunday, needs just 30 more yards to break one of the most hallowed records in NFL history. But standing in his way is the Chiefs defense, led by no other than relentless Chris Jones. This isn't just about stopping the run. It's about muscling, outthinking, and outlasting one of the best running backs in the league. Will the Chiefs' tackling prowess, ranked number 1 by Pro Football Focus, be enough to keep Barkley in check, James?
It's going to be a tough one for sure. I mean, Jones got to come with his A game, and I mean it's going to be more on on the linebackers too. They're going to have a tough test keeping them in check, but I think it's possible. I mean, it's the Super Bowl; anything's possible at this point.
I tell you one thing's for certain. When you look in terms of this, you look at the injuries and and all of that and what's happening. And on both sides of the ball at this point of the year, it really matters. I mean, they're playing 17 games a year. They got the playoffs. Now, granted, You look at Kansas City, they had the bye week, right? And that helps. That's basically like a free win there. So they're a little bit more, relaxed into it. They've had a little bit more time to prepare and get ready. And they know what it takes to beat Philly. Heck, they just did it 2 years ago. Let's not sleep on the line battles, man. Jeff Statlin, the mastermind behind the Eagles run game, is about to go head-to-head with Joe Cullen, one of the best defensive line coaches out there. This is where the game could be won or lost in the trenches with sweet grit, sheer will. And we've also got Travis Kelce, who's practically a cheat code in the playoffs, man. Going against true rookies in the Eagles secondary, it's like watching a gladiator against fresh meat. I mean, who will emerge in this? So let's get into predictions and betting. This is one of my favorite parts of the show, bro. Let's talk strategy. Let's talk numbers. Let's talk about where you should put your hard-earned cash. The Chiefs come in with a 15-2 record, but the Eagles aren't far behind at 14-3. In the Big Easy, where the voodoo of Superdome could swing the pendulum. What's your take, James?
I think it's going to be come down to being another tough game, close game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game where a lot of people are predicting it to be a shootout. I'm going to probably have to go on an under. I'm going to take the under for today.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you say that because I'm taking the over and I'm taking the underdog. So I'm excited about it. I'm always looking for an underdog. And why wouldn't I be? I mean, I'm a Chicago sports fan. You know what I mean? So both teams have defenses, right, that can lock down when it matters. But if I'm betting on one thing, it's Harrison Butker for MVP, man. This guy has ice in his veins. He's the playoffs' most accurate kicker, and he could be the difference maker of this game coming down to a field goal, man.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's all about third downs and turnovers. The Eagles have turned the ball over just 7 times since their bye week while forcing 34 takeaways. But Mahomes, he's had an interception-free streak that's almost poetic, brother. I predict a tight, tense game where every play counts. Every decision is scrutinized. I've got the Chiefs pulling it off 27-23. But, man, it could go either way, to be honest with you. Like I said, I hope right now that the Eagles win, but it's hard to bet against the Chiefs. I mean, I'll tell you what. Let's look at MVP. Who you got, James?
MVP, I'm going to go with it. Mahomes is going to get it again. One thing I've learned over the years is you don't bet against Mahomes.
Dude, I'm the same way. I'm betting on Mahomes too. If he wins, we're not just talking about another Super Bowl. We're talking about cementing his place in history. 4 rings before 30, that's not just legendary. That's immortality. But let's not count on Jalen Hurts either. Let's not count him out. A Super Bowl win for him would be a narrative of triumph, turning doubters into believers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, we really want him to win. We really want him to turn it over. We really want him to, seriously, when you look in terms of this, man, you could put him in elite. I don't think you'd put him in a top quarterback, but talking about winning games when it matters, he wins with his feet, he wins with his, his hands, and he wins when it matters. And I'll tell you what, James, for the Eagles, if they win, it's not just about Hurts, it's about Sirianni, bro. This could be his defining moment, transforming him from a promising coach to a Super Bowl winning mastermind. The legacy of the line here is monumental. Let's talk about insights, brother. We've got some insider gold courtesy of our NFL connections. Everybody knows them. They're talking about how the Chiefs have been tweaking their offensive line with Joe Thuney and stepping up at left tackle. This could be the key to keeping Mahomes upright, which is crucial in this pass rush heavy matchup. And James, on the Eagles side of things, that offensive line, if they can stay healthy, they might just dominate. But there's a shadow of doubt with injuries. How Sirianni adapts with his strategy could dictate whether they're pushing forward or playing it safe. This game is as much about coaching as it is about, fielding the players on the field. How do you feel about the coaching, man? I mean, this is a Super Bowl for the coaches too, bro.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, you got Andy Reid, in my opinion, one of the most legendary coaches to ever step foot on a field.
Yeah.
And then you got the up and comer in Sirianni. This game is going to come down to a coach's duel. I mean, it really is. I don't think people really realize how much it's going to impact this game.
And defense too. I mean, they're both known for stringent defense. They're both known for keeping their team in the game, and they're also known for not causing turnovers,
right,
but forcing turnovers. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I really like it, man. I'm excited about it for sure.
Oh, we're gonna see a chess match, and that's exactly what it's gonna be, is a chess match between the two head coaches, and who's gonna blink first.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna come down to the end. I'll be honest with you though, man. There were times where I just didn't think the Chiefs were gonna pull it out. That defense came in there and they kept them in all season long. And I think that they are definitely going to do their due diligence this game, and they're going to come through in the clutch. And I think right now they've got that offense humming at the right time. Everybody's coming out. The receivers are showing up. Everything looks good. I really think that they're going to put on a mastermind offense. Everybody talks about this defense all year long, but I think that this defense all year long, I think this offense is what's really going to surprise you. I wouldn't be surprised if Mahomes has a 300-yard game passing, and it hasn't happened much this year,
Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's going to be for me. It's scary to think you're pushing the offense, but all the Chiefs, all their other Super Bowl wins, they had a great offense, but their defense was just mediocre at best. Now they're coming in with a really good defense, and their offense is humming. That's really scary to me.
That is scary. I mean, it's like the perfect tide coming in, if you're a surfer waiting to catch that big wave. And right now they're catching the big wave and all that momentum. And I'll tell you what, man, they are looking good on both sides. Like, this is really I'll be honest, as well as I do, I really wanted Washington to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I thought it'd been cool, I thought it'd been cool, but here.
But I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Bears fans, we would have never heard the end of that either.
No, you're right. We wouldn't have heard the end of it at all. But I will tell you one thing. That Steve Spagnuolo, that guy right now is amazing. He is a mastermind in his own right. This guy is a future Hall of Famer, dude. Hands down, Steve Spagnuolo, I mean, he is just amazing. And he doesn't get enough credit. I mean, rightfully so. Andy Reid deserves the credit, coming from Philly, getting kicked out of there, landing on his feet in Kansas City and building what he's built. But we cannot forget this defensive coordinator and how amazing he is,
Yeah, no, he's done a great job with transforming their defense. They, like I said, they went from, mediocre at best to they're one of the tops in the league, and they have the best run stopping defense in the league.
Oh my. Yeah, and that's why I've been telling everybody, if it's not a guy in Myles Garrett that we pick up in free agency, it's definitely got to be somebody that is out there like a Max Crosby or somebody like that we're willing to trade for, because you got to have that guy. I'm telling you, as God is my witness, if they don't have Chris Jones on that freaking defense, on that edge, putting pressure, they're not getting as many wins as they need to get to the Super Bowl. In my mind, they're not in the Super Bowl, and that's why it was so important for them to secure him. But now as a Chicago Bear fan, we get to see where everything falls when the dust settles, and we go pick out guys like Trey Smith, who's going to drop in the free agency. I'm really excited about him. Can you tell everybody a little bit about how exciting you are to see a guy like Trey Smith potentially land for the Chicago Bears?
Oh, I mean, you know me, I'm big when it comes to to the trenches and what they can do. And having Trey Smith possibly come in, it will impact this franchise way more than anyone really realizes, because he's young. I mean, that's the thing. Think about that. How many times does a young elite lineman come on the free agent market?
It doesn't happen much.
It doesn't happen.
No,
much
at
all.
26 years old, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that you go out and you get this guy, because you know what? That's going to shore up probably, I'd say 60% of the problems on that line right there.
And most people know right now that they are not going to be able to sign him because Chiefs are in trouble right now. They only have $11 million right now to spend, and they're going to have to be really creative in order to sign a lot of their own, and they need at least $6-7 million for the draft all by itself. So when you got $11 million to take care of all of your offseason needs, secure all those bodies, camp bodies, everything, and you've got to have money for in the middle of the season. Listen, you got to be able to sign guys when guys go out and injured. I mean, this is a big problem. Yeah, they could shake things out and move some stuff around and get creative, but you're not signing a guy, in Trey Smith for $25 million, depending on where everything settles. It's at least it's north of 20 million. It's north of 20.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely get more than 20 million on the market.
Right.
But that being said, but isn't this what the Chiefs do? I mean, every year they lose players to free agency.
Yes.
And yet they find a way. They draft so excellent that they find a way that, like, the person that left never left. The next man up is, fills the role completely. It's amazing. Their coaching staff is able to do this year in and year out. And it definitely helps too that you have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's very helpful in its own sense. And I think this is the first year where you see a guy in Patrick Mahomes where he actually got to benefit from the coaching and the defense more than them benefiting for him and, putting the whole team on his back all season long. When it mattered the most, he came in the clutch. But he wouldn't have had those clutch moments if it wasn't for his coaches and his defense.
Right. Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think there's something that we can learn? And we're going to get ready to go to the chat, because you're not going to get this in the 3-letter networks of ABC, NBC. You're not going to get this in the 4-letter networks of ESPN. You're going to get this at Chicago Sports Podcast, where it's created from a fan to fans, and that's where your voices are heard, and we get to hear from everybody, and we're going to pull you forward. YouTube Nation, XApp, Instagram, everywhere, Facebook land, everybody's going to get to come forward and let your voice be heard, and we're excited about that. So just bear with us for a second, because we are going to shift this and talk for a little bit about why it matters that Chicago Bear fans about the Super Bowl, and what can we learn from the Kansas City Chiefs. We signed a guy in Ryan Poles as our general manager. Where did he come from?
Kansas City.
And we signed a guy in Ian Cunningham, and now the Chiefs are playing the Eagles in the last 3 Super Bowls 2 times. Where did Ian Cunningham come from?
I think you already know the answer to that one.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
2 teams in a Super Bowl out of the last 3 seasons. What are we learning here? We're signing guys at the upper food chain, in the upper management, general manager, assistant general manager, and we're finding ways to secure these guys and build from underneath it. Kevin Waring is giving them, he's right in the middle, making sure that that ownership allows him the structure and the everything that he needs in order to succeed. Because prior to this, He didn't have anybody to bounce offensive drafting, defensive drafting, free agents, trades, any of that. He didn't have nobody to bounce that off of. Now he's got guys in Ben Johnson, who just won AP 2024 Offensive Coordinator Coach of the Year. And now we've got Dennis Allen, who is, if not the best, second best defensive coordinator underneath Steve Spagnuolo, right?
Yeah.
But Dennis Allen is well respected and well known. He's been in this business for 25 years. We already know who he is. We don't have to worry about and try to find out like we did with Eberflus, who was on his way out from the Colts. They didn't even want him as defensive coordinator. They were going to send him packing. But what did the Bears do? They promote him to head coach.
Yeah. Typical Bears move.
Typical Bears fashion,
yeah,
JP. And like I said, this is very amazing. This is very exciting. I'm so glad that we got two guys in the building, and they're going to fine-tune things. They're going to look again for a second audition between two teams where they found guys in upper management, the upper brass, and see exactly what they're doing in the Super Bowl. So we have a point of reference. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So this is an audition for us to see what our future is like, potentially. Right, JP?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and there you have it, folks. We've dissected, debated, and predicted everything about Super Bowl 59 for the Chiefs and the Eagles. And we've also talked about where that ties in correlation, because we're Chicago sports, to our Chicago Bears. But remember, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a legendary weekend of football. Unfortunately, tonight, every seat at Bridges Scoreboard is taken. We're packed to the rafters with the most passionate fans in Chicago.
Yeah, there we go.
There's one guy. He gets it. Bridges Scoreboard is taking no more reservations because this building is full. But let's talk about, there's another guy that gets it. But let's talk about what we're missing out on tonight. We're enjoying a feast here for Kings at Bridges Scoreboard for Super Bowl 59. Just imagine the spread that we have before us. A king spread, pizza, chicken wings, pot roast, battered ale shrimp, cod bites, chicken tenders, brats with grilled onions and peppers, mastacholi oli, mac and cheese, spaghetti, fries, desserts, and so much more. It's an absolute feast fit for champions. And washing it all down, we've got $4 aluminum pints of light, Coors Light, Bud Light, and Michelob Ultra. Plus, if you're feeling a bit fancy, how about a $5 Pinkies Up loaded Bloody Mary?
Ooh, I might be hitting that up.
It's the perfect game day drink, James.
Nothing better than a Bloody Mary in the morning.
Oh, man, yeah. And he's getting up a little bit later than normal, folks. So let's not forget, we're also hosting raffles throughout the day, and that's speared by Denise Bridges, no other than herself, Denise Bridges. Shout out to all the staff members, anywhere from the bottle washer to the chef, to the sous chef, to all of the awesome, fantastic servers. And that's right, Scott Bridges himself. Everybody, it's all hands on deck here at Bridges Scoreboard. And also, you could walk away with some amazing prizes while enjoying the game. This is what a Super Bowl party at Bridges Scoreboard looks like. And it's always a blast. Thanks for tuning in, Chicago. While we're all full tonight, remember, this is just a taste of what Bridges Scoreboard can offer. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Go Bears. Now, this is the part of the show where we turn it over to the fans. And we're so excited to have them. So far, I love this name over here in YouTube Nation. It's Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, there we go.
He said, is it too late to say the Bears win today?
A little late for that, but at least you could say the Bears didn't lose.
Inspector Gadget says he's a longtime Cubs fan, so the Chicago motto is always next year.
Good man.
That's true. That's true. Mama Bear set up nicely before her departure.
That's sad.
Yeah, they beat the Packers, and they have all of the coaching staff in place. It's almost like all the stars were aligned, and she just felt like, at peace,
Yeah.
Yeah. So may she rest in peace. Thank you for everything you did, Mama Bear. We love you. So Inspector Gadget says she masterminded the 85 Bears run, and might as well she mastermind 2025. I think that's a little bit about what we just said. Yeah. Inspector Gadget said, and what I said about going for Garrett yesterday, I didn't mean we shouldn't. I just meant we can't go for him much before March 15th. So there's time.
Yeah, but if you remember, I was poking around the Myles Garrett trade at the beginning of the season.
I remember that. I remember you love that guy.
Yeah.
What's not to like about a guy that played all 17 games, who averages 14 and a half sacks over the last 4 seasons, and he's had over 60 sacks in the last 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the return of the Khalil Mack, and it's so cute. We love that name, but that's as far as it goes. He only played 10 games this season. So I don't care how much more it costs. And this is what it costs. It costs under $20 million. It costs roughly $18 million to get Myles Garrett on the team, right?
Yeah.
Now, next year, it only costs $25 million for the following year. That's a heck of a deal, especially when it frees up Montez Sweat and the rest of the defensive line.
Yeah. I mean, I think what people don't realize is he's such a physical freak.
What's up, buddy?
Have you ever actually seen him?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, look, let's pull him up on the picture. We've got a picture of him. And tell me, he does not look good in blue and orange. Look at that physical specimen. Look at that beast.
I was watching videos of him about a year or two ago where he was doing a
Wrong
guy. He was doing a slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that's 6'5", 290 pounds, and he's doing windmills, and
it's all muscle, baby.
Yeah. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a beast for sure, man. All right, let's get back to the chat. Let's see who we got. We got over 100 in the building on YouTube Nation and XApp. XApp leading the way. Tons of people online. Love the shout out. Love the all of the support. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. Let's see. Plank. What's up, Plank? And that's not Doug Plank. Doug Plank is now our official co-host. And also we have and also we have Jim Miller as our co-host. And then on the Bull side of things, we got Will Purdue. So we're looking good, man. We've got everything covered from Bears and Bulls. And for the Cubs, we've got Bobby Denier.
Yeah, great.
And they're trying to secure a Sox player to be named and also a Blackhawk. So we're always going to have a legend in the building because you guys deserve it. You guys matter. This is a show created from fans to fans. And this is what we love so much about it. And I honestly, we'll share the wealth. We'll tell you right now a little tidbit. More podcasts, more networks should be out there doing what we do.
Yeah.
We need to hear from the fans. We don't care how big your network or how bad your network is or how great it looks, the 4-letter network or 3-letter network, if you're not giving us a voice, because at the end of the day, I think our voice mattered. When we said sell the freaking team, guess what? They freaking listened to us and got us the best freaking head coach in the NFL right now in Ben Johnson and the best offensive coordinator. And I'm pretty sure the McCaskies, who they've joked around about looking at nickels the size of freaking manhole covers, they're like, oh, well, I can get an offensive coordinator and a head coach. I can get a 2-for-1. You know what I mean? I guarantee you that's what they were thinking of.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So Anyways, getting back to it all, it's just great. I love having you guys in the building. You guys are great. You matter so much to us, and we take you with you. We take us with you everywhere we go. Everywhere we go, we take you with us, and we love what you guys are about. This is our favorite part of the show. Me and Big Game James here. Plank says, Inspector Gadget, bear down. I love this Chicago Sports Podcast. I love the pleasantries where they go back and forth and they say hi to each other. It's like they're in the building right now. Inspector Gadget said he is looking for Genty at 10. Oh, and we can still toss 2 second rounds and next year's first at Cleveland for Garrett if they need the picks. So he wants Genty. He wants Genty at 10, and he wants Myles Garrett. Why not have your steak and your cake at the same time, baby? You got to have dessert after you have that big steak. I see what he's saying.
Yeah, I see what he's saying, but, that's a lot.
I wish he would say that, listen, maybe in the next comments below, he's saying, let's do our due diligence in free agency, get Trey Smith, and maybe 1 or 2 other offensive linemen and shore that up. Because if that's the case, I understand what he's saying, because Ben Johnson had Jahmyr Gibbs, and you saw what he did with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree to it to an extent. Like if they go out and get Trey Smith, as a free agent, then, that does kind of open up being able to draft Genty at 10. But if they don't sign him, you got to use that pick on a lineman.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I agree, and I think this is a good time. I think this is a good time right now to understand that we have competent minds in the building throughout the whole structure of the coaching staff. Is there any other time that you can think of where you just felt so comfortable that the coaching staff would get our draft and free agency and offseason right to build out our defense and offense?
No.
No. Even when we had Nagy and they had that huge run the next year, I was just like, I don't think they quite get it. I think we got lucky and, we kind of just caught him by storm and all that. But I really didn't feel like I do now. All the way from the front to the back. Look, we've got a guy in Eric Bieniemy as our offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And look who was next to Eric Bieniemy not too long ago. Where's he at? Come on, Tracks. Where's he at? There we go. Who's that guy right there sitting next to Eric Bieniemy?
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes, he tells it all the time. Oh, look, he can still see you on the other side of it. Yeah, there you go. Hey, he could still see Patrick Mahomes still to this day. He owes a great deal of respect for Eric Bieniemy in his tenacious approach in discipline and structure and pushing him. Like that says a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean Mahomes loves him, and all the players that have played for him love him.
Oh yeah,
he's such a hard ass. He keeps people accountable, and he's great at what he does.
Yeah.
When I found out that they hired him, man, that was probably one of my favorite hirings that they did.
But yeah, so getting back to this guy, getting back to our pick, and he was talking about it. Let's go ahead and get Genty. Listen, I'm not mad at it. I understand it. But we need to do our due diligence and go get this guy first. We got to go get Trey Smith.
Yeah.
Look who he's next to right there. Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
There's some things that are aligning, folks. There's some things that are aligning. You see it. You see it right before your eyes. We're not geniuses. We're just fans just like you, and we can see it. It's all laid out.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we'll take, KC's scraps.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, the scraps that have fell from the king's table.
Yeah,
they're pretty good scraps if they fell from the king's tables.
Exactly.
we're not getting scraps from Burger King or something,
Yeah.
So yeah. And the Fish in Miami need to free up cap space, so we toss 8 to 12 million for their center. He's only 27. Hey man, if we could pick up a veteran center, I'm all for that. I believe in getting one of them guys,
Can we get Olin Kreutz out of retirement?
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a 27-year-old Olin Kreutz.
Mm-hmm.
Just go back in time, Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes, the Wayback Time Machine would be amazing right now. Let's fire it up. Get in the hot tub time machine, Olin. We need you, buddy. Inspector Gadget says, would definitely make a bold statement for next season. North competition for sure. Man, look at this. It is filling in very nicely. Everybody wall to wall. There's barely any seats left in the building here at Bridges Scoreboard, your Northwest Indiana headquarters with the Hall of Fame menu and the coldest beer in Chicagoland. I love it. It's colder than Lake Michigan in the middle of January.
And the freshest Mountain Dew.
And the freshest Mountain Dew. There we go. You folks heard it first. Come get your Mountain Dew up here. Plank says, here we go. Plank says, bear down. What up, Brandon Duplessis? One of our co-hosts. Plank's a co-host also. So glad. So glad. Duh, Bears. Duh, Bears. Duh, Bears. Duh, Bears. Duh, Bears. Plank says, Brandon Duplessis, bear down. No, more pleasantries from YouTube Nation. Plank, what up, man? Let's go. Brandon Duplessis hanging out and drinking some beer. What about you, my man? Gearing up, hoping for both teams to lose. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Even the best have a down day from time to time.
Very true.
Yep. Philip says, another great guy in the building. One of our staff members says, hey guys, happy Super Bowl Sunday, fun day. For sure.
Looking forward to it.
I know, right? I know. Philip says, Plank, go Bears. Cheryl Childers says, bear down. What's up, Cheryl, baby? How you doing? Philip says, Plank says, Phil, bear down, bro. Cheryl's bear down. Philip, bear down. Boys and girls. I hope Barkley runs all over the Chiefs 200 yards. That would be great.
That'd be great, but that's a tall order.
That is a very tall order. It comes down to who wants it more.
Yeah.
I like that, Inspector Gadget. We're gonna pretend like you took that from us. You looked at our notes. We're not there yet. We'll
go with that.
No. Out of all 32 teams of NFL, I put my hat on this. I say right now, you guys are the smartest of all teams. We got the smartest fans in the history of ever. If we ever need a life preserver or phone a friend, we don't even have to pick up our phone. We just look in the chat and you guys bail us out all the time. I've even pulled some of you guys into the podcast and be some of our co-hosts throughout the week. You're so guys are so smart, you know? So it's all, what's that?
Here we go. Right. We got a alum in the house.
Ed, what up, Ed McNeil? Happy pitchers and catchers report day. Go Bears. I got Kansas City 27-19.
Yeah, I got him 24-21, but I'm right there with you, Ed.
Ed's really close. Ed the head knows what's up. Pay attention to that, guys. You might want to place your bets on that, but if you have to meet him in the parking lot, him and I don't know him. We have no idea who Ed is.
Yeah.
Anyways, just kidding, Ed. Love everybody. Phil says, and shout out to him being Chicago Sports Podcast Fantasy Football Champion for 2024 season. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's see. Philip says 31-30. He's going Eagles in a last-second field goal. I like that. That's a twister, bro.
Yeah.
Plank says, Ed, bear down. Inspector Gadget says, so did Williams this year. Plank says, Barkley MVP for the Super Bowl. I like that. That's cool.
I'm laughing at Ed's next comment.
Over under, how many wings Andy Reid is going to put down after the game?
I got over 20.
20? He must not be that hungry, or he ate before the game or during the game. Maybe he's eating during the game.
I'm gonna go over on the party platter.
Dan, what's up, Dan-O? He says Jordan-esque. Phil says Super Saquon Barkley for MVP. I like it. Way to establish and bring greatness back and show some respect for the running backs when it matters.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. Don't you love it? It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I've always been, run game is, still important, even when they tried tossing it aside.
No kidding.
But, I love that the run game's coming back.
Facts, for sure. I agree. Phil says, Dan Blakemore, bow down. Another one of our co-hosts. Amos says, Eagle money line, A.J. Brown over yards and catches. Saquon. Phil says, Andy Reid is an amazing coach. His resume is second to none in the NFL ranks. Is he better than Phil? Is he better than Eberflus? I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Whoa. What about Tressman? Is he better than Tressman?
How about Nagy?
Well, how about Nagy? Yeah, I mean, geez, man, unbelievable. Plank says, Amos Gilbert, bear down. Debbie Tuttle, what's up, honey bear? She's a part of our staff. She was also a part and always be a part of Bears history. Debbie Tuttle was Honey Bear, one of the former cheerleaders for the Bears. And now we also kind of wonder if things are going to change now. Maybe we will bring back the cheerleaders. Who knows?
I wouldn't be against that.
No, we need it. You'll definitely put morale up for sure. Debbie says Eagles 25, Kansas City Chiefs 28. She's definitely rooting for the Eagles, but she thinks the Chiefs are going to win. She's been adamant about that. Almost every show she said that. Debbie Tuttle said Go Bears 2025. She had to let that be known after she did her Super Bowl pick.
Yeah.
She's letting it known that she is always a Bear. Plank says, Debbie, bear down, baby. Inspector Gadget says, after tonight, it's a fresh season. All 32 are tied.
Yep.
I love it.
0-0. Love it.
Billy Flores, what's up? By First and 10 tailgating from defense. My guy, one of the very first I've ever interviewed. Billy Flores says, Barkley's birthday's today. He's going to go off. MVP today. And there is something very special about Barkley that nobody's brought up either. He got $250,000 for winning the NFC Championship. He's going to get another $250,000 banger, another $250,000 if he wins a Super Bowl on his freaking birthday. Put the money on that man. He's going to run like he's possessed. He's going to not run to people or around people. He's going to run through people. Wow. Plank says Inspector Gadget 100. Phil says Bears need big time help on both sides of the ball. Build the trenches, just like you and I have been talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. We're almost done. We've got quite a few comments. We have to get through them. This is our favorite part.
I want to do a special little shout out here because I got my 11-year-old daughter texting me right
now.
Oh,
what'd she say?
Oh,
yeah.
She's rooting for the Chiefs. She's a big Mahomes fan. So I wanted to tell everybody my daughter Addison loves the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Big shout out to her. Love you, Pumpkin.
Shout out, Addie. Shout out. Let's see here. Heading out into Bears van, all Bear out to the Super Bowl party. Bear van is a must today. It's a must every day. Absolutely, especially on Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, buddy. Who's in the X chat? Who's in the X chat? Plank's always keeping them accountable. Inspector Gadget says, if Trax reads up in the chat about my predictions for this season, I have us tossing. I don't need to now. You gave me the cliff notes. Tossing 2 seconds and next year's first for Garrett. I did read that earlier. I said that earlier.
Yeah.
You just missed it, buddy. Hey, don't get up and take a whiz while Trax is reading what you said, or going and get your cold, frosty beverage, buddy. Love you, Inspector Gadget. And next year's first for Garrett. We pick up Genty at 10. We pick up Trey Smith on a 4-piece and the Miami's center. He's got it all laid out. He's a strategist, man. Billy Flores says, or Plank says to Billy Flores, peace.
Yep.
Inspector Gadget says for ton mil. Honey Bear says, bear down, Chicago Bear fans. Bear down, Honey Bear. What's up, Doug? Riding in style today. The Bears van. Plank says, Honey Bear. Illinois Jones. What up, Illinois Jones? Bear down, everybody, he says.
Jalen Carter, MVP.
Oh, okay. Plank says, Illinois Jones, bear down. Illinois Jones says, Jalen Carter, MVP. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Here's the thing. I think they got a little too cute for it. I think Ryan Poles was a little worried about the whole, discipline thing and all that kind of stuff. But, how much does it say that you don't trust your staff to get it right,
Right, yeah.
and to take care of business and bring out the best in who you've got, no matter who it is. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, look what Philadelphia did for Carter. I mean, he's an absolute game wrecker in his second year.
Yeah.
Second year.
But I will tell you this much. The thing about Carter and the Eagles is they have the right infrastructure. I think next year and the years to come, probably even next year, with the coaches we have in place, whether it's what we had this year in 2024 and last year, there's no way they can handle that at all.
Yeah.
There's no accountability there at all. They didn't even know how to handle it. They totally messed up that Tyreek Stevenson thing. Oh, my God. That was terrible.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Yep. Call a timeout, bring somebody else out that's second best on the, the number 2 side of defensive back. JJ had number 1 lockdown. Bring a guy up, bench Tyreek for doing all that crazy. At least you got somebody out there covering the field, but call a timeout and bring back to order everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. Thank you. Special MVP in the building. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So DT, Honey Bear, Eagles 25-28 Chiefs. Chiefs are going to win. DT, Honey Bear says, I hope the Eagles win.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, could you, whenever you get a chance?
Plank says, DT Honey Bear 100. Billy Flores. I should add, I am no relation. Damn it. He came in at the last minute because he heard that he's now our co-host every week. So he was trying to, put it all together. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Plank said, hell yeah. That sounds incredible, Illinois Jones. She Plank's in the building. Bear down, everyone. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Go Eagles, go. Another female in the building. We love it. This is great. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Phil says, Bears need the Honey Bears back. Yes, we do. Let's get the cheerleaders back. Let's do it. It's long overdue. Long overdue. Those cheerleaders can cheer way better than me and JP can.
They don't want to see us out there in skirts and tube tops.
No. God, no. Let alone what we're wearing today, probably. Plank says, she Plank, bear down, babe. That's husband. That's he Plank. Uh, Inspector Gadget says Tracks just described Caleb Williams this rookie season. 60 plus sacks, played all 17 games. Yep.
God, it's amazing what he did still with getting sacked 60 plus times, though.
And not having a freaking offensive coordinator that's going to take him to go review game film. He was doing it by himself. He had like this like flashlight, and he was doing like finger puppets, and he was like, okay, you got sacked, offensive line block, let's get rid of the ball quicker. Like, he just didn't freaking have anybody helping him out. He was just like doing his own film, you know what I mean? Like, he was probably talking to some stooges like you and me, like, you know, like, I don't know what was going on, but it's amazing that he did what he did amongst all that, you know. Holy cow. Spectre Gadget said 6 interceptions also. Oh, that's not really that bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah, especially when he's trying to save his life. Phil says 500 and I'm running around my neighborhood. LOL. He remembers that from last time. Oh man, that was a great one. Plank says Phil sounds like fun. Fans to fans, great fan base to discuss Bears football. Plank says 100. Right now, we want to give a special shout out and a special. Hold on a second. I got to get up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna raise the volume up a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna get up too. Ooh, or maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, they got to see somebody, don't they?
Yeah, you get up, I'll stay.
So, right now, we would like to give a special. There's a special person in the building right now. Mr. Mock. Mr. Mock, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
On the count of 3. Happy birthday, Mr. Mock at Burgess Scoreboard. Griffith Legend. A 1, a 2, a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Mock. Happy birthday to you. All right.
Everyone get involved.
Happy birthday, Dan. All right. All right. Phil says, don't give up the picks. We're not close to the Super Bowl, yet alone playoffs. For sure. Ed said, didn't we already get an offensive coach from Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Way to throw Nagy in her face, Ed.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Well, with a lot less responsibility and keeping him rightfully so in the position that he should be in.
Yes.
That's what happens when you make the right. It's not an apples to apples comparison at all. It's just him. If you know Ed, he's just being fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Phil says, do the Kansas City Chiefs have cheerleaders? Let's follow them as well and get our honey bears back. What's up, Chuck? Greetings from New Orleans. All right. Enjoy your time in New Orleans, buddy.
Yeah, sounds like a great time.
Phil says spike the dew. He might already be. Plank says Chris Rackow, bear down. Chris is in section 306, seat 6. Oh my, he's at the game.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Inspector Gadget says, I'm good over in Dublin, Ohio. I laugh because I stick out like a sore thumb in Columbus. No, you don't. We travel well, buddy. There's a lot of Bears fans out there.
Oh, yeah.
You're good. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Inspector Gadget, he bet so. Michael, what's up? Another co-host says, bear down. Bear down. Cheryl Childers says, Eagles over Chiefs, 24-22. I like it. Michael says this is going to be an awesome game. Two teams that match up really well with each other. I think we're in for a classic. I'm going 24-20 Chiefs, fellas. Mahomes MVP. I like that. Similar to what you said.
Very similar.
Very similar. Phil says Ben Johnson, Coach of the Year for 2025. He's running it back to back. I like it. OC, this 2024, Coach of the Year this year, head coach. I want to see a defensive player win MVP. That'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Dano says 30-27 Chiefs. Mahomes is not good. It's Caleb's era now. Well, he's not playing in the Super Bowl, so.
Going back to that last one, when's the last time a defensive player did win MVP? I can remember the guy from the Packers.
It's been a while.
Desmond Howard, maybe?
Mm.
Or something like that. Oh, man.
Smash them likes. Let's get them likes up.
That was even, that was late 80s, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I believe there was one in there in the mid-90s. When Green Bay won their Super Bowl with Favre, I believe a defensive player got MVP.
Plank says a lot of likes, a lot of thumbs up. He's got a lot coming for us. How are Illinois Jones says, how are they going to cheer in 5-degree weather? Once the stadium is finished, they can bring back the cheerleaders. How did they cheer in 5-degree weather before, Illinois Jones? You think it wasn't cold back in the day? Come on, Illinois Jones. Toughen up, buddy. Are you telling us you got a desk job and you don't go outside? Does your wife wrap the blanket around you, put a parket and bubble wrap you to get you out the door? Is she tougher than you are, Illinois Jones? Come on, buddy. Toughen up. Maybe he's not from Illinois.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a fake tag. Scroll says if Jalen Carter gets MVP, it's going to force polls hand to pick BPA at 10. Interesting.
Yeah.
Would you give up number 10 and our second to move up to 5 to take the DT from Michigan? I think I would.
That's definitely interesting.
That's interesting. It's worth a look. Yeah, for sure. No one talking about Kendrick Lamar. I'm stoked for halftime. Well, see you at halftime, buddy.
Yeah.
Phil says 1997, last time a running back won MVP in the Super Bowl. It's Saquon Barkley's time. Wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. You need cheerleaders for the weather. Call them the Bomber Bears. Illinois Jones is saying, who wants to see cheerleaders in snowmobile suits? Is that what they wore last time? I don't think they wore snowmobile suits back then. Is that what you wore, Honey Bear? I don't see her ever complaining about cold weather. Let's bear down, guys. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining the show. Like I said, you guys have a good one. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And thank you guys for showing up, showing out, and have a good time. Drink responsibly and bear down.
Bear down.